Greetings, friends. Nice to see you again. I'm the Lincoln Lawyer. How you like the hair? As you can see, I've taken matters into my own hands. Guess where I'm at? That's right. Beach. Beach time. As you can see, I'm a habitual quarantine breaker. I guess last couple of days, so whatever. Found a nice spot to record. Beautiful. Freaking beautiful. Anyway, today we're going to talk about, what are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about Legalzoom and the do-it-yourself scams that are highly unadvisable for you to partake in. So, I guess we've hit a point in our culture that legal services are so unrespected, and sometimes for good reason, that we've now got people thinking and believing that they can actually be their own legal counsel. I mean, it's as nutty as it gets. You know, there's a reason that lawyers can charge $150 to $300, $400, $500 an hour. There is a reason. These are market rates, okay? If the market wasn't able to pay or wasn't willing to pay that amount, then they wouldn't get that much. You know the saying, a person who acts as his own lawyer has a fool for a client, that old axiom. Well, if you're not actually a lawyer and you have yourself for a client, you have an imbecile for a client. You have a total and complete dumbass. You are taking on so much absolute total risk by using do-it-yourself legal form templates. So people actually believe they can download a form, fill in the blanks, and they have a protected business deal. They have a protected interest in whatever deal they're doing, which is as nutty as it can get. So, look, I see this stuff regularly. Almost every couple of weeks, I get a contract from somebody, and they're like, well, we got a dispute, we don't know what to do. They're asking for money. I need the money, I'm owed money, they're not paying me. Blah, blah, blah. All right, so let's see the agreement, let's see all the communications. And they're paying me for this. I mean, I'm not doing free consults, okay? They're paying my hourly rate. So I get the review done, and the contract doesn't handle anything. The contract doesn't handle shit. It's useless. All kinds of blanks. It doesn't address the situation at hand, which makes it useless, basically. I mean, you spent money on a contract, you filled it out, you think, all right, we're good to go, but unfortunately, you wasted your money and your time. So, it's a common thing, all right? So as much as I'm warning you against these things, look, there'll be times when a lot of people will get away with this stuff. I mean, these people, these do-it-yourself companies, they make a lot of money, all right? And they bank on the fact that, you know, they'll get away with it, that people won't actually get in trouble with these stupid agreements, these forms. And sometimes they're actually not bad. The forms are not too bad that I've seen, but they're not custom drafted by knowledgeable parties. They're not drafted by professionals. So that means they're insufficient. They're not proper for that particular situation, which has created a problem. So, again, even if you're going to buy these contracts online or download them, have a professional review them, all right? And I'm talking about anything that is not of nominal value, anything above like a dog walking contract. I mean, maybe a photography agreement, some bullshit that, you know, doesn't mean anything if you lose that money. Then fine, go ahead, download a template, fill in the blanks, and use it, no problem. But if you got a substantial business deal, if you've got an estate, if you got will, trust that you need done, if you got to start a company, start a business, you know, where you could be in for thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and you're not hiring a lawyer to review that contract and customize it for your needs, I mean, you know, you really deserve what you get. I mean, I got another video on this. Are you a total dumbass? And yeah, if you don't pay a lawyer to address your business issue beforehand, you're a dumbass. If you wait for a problem to materialize, yeah, you're a dumbass. If you use these templates that you don't know what's in them, you have no idea. You don't understand what they say, okay? You don't have the schooling, you didn't take the courses, you didn't read the books, you don't have the experience, the prior experience, which lawyers have, business counsel has on a daily basis. This is what I do every single day, all right? I review contracts, I draft contracts, I revise contracts, I study contracts, I read about contracts. I've done tens of thousands of contracts throughout my career. So for somebody to think that they can just get this stuff done on their own and do it successfully, you know, trying to cut a few corners, save a few bucks, dude, you got problems. So let's say you need to do estate documents, a will, a trust, something like that, and you're trying to download it as a template, fill in the blanks, and you think your estate is well taken care of. I got news for you. You're in for a shocker. A lot of these wills, they fail. They're not properly executed. They don't dispose of all the property. A lot of these trusts are not easy to form. They're not easy to manage. You need to really know what you're doing. There is no way anybody could possibly do this on their own without professional assistance. There's just no way. A trust needs to be funded. You can't just form a trust and then expect, oh look, my assets are disposed and the beneficiaries that I listed in the trust are going to get it. You actually have to transfer assets into the trust, all right? Wills have specific execution requirements. If they're not executed properly, then they fail. Then your estate is disposed according to intestate laws of the state that you're in. All right, the will is useless. And your beneficiaries may or may not get what you intended to give them. So, you know, sorry to break it to you, but will and estate trust documents are the last documents that should be do-it-yourself. Period. All right? What else? Business formation, company formation, purchase and sale agreements, stuff like that. Very complex. They have security agreements. There are multiple agreement deals. You can't do this stuff on your own. All right? Purchase sale of assets has multiple addendums. If you try to do this on your own, you're going to get screwed. You're going to get sued. That's going to fail. Chances are high. All right? I mean, unless it's a family member that you're working with, then, you know, then they'll trust you. Then maybe you'll disclose everything if you're honest. All the faults of the business, lack of income, expenses, yada, yada. So that's fine. They probably won't sue you. But if it's an arm's length transaction where it's a third party that you're selling to and you do a do-it-yourself template and you think that takes care of it, well, they're going to get a lawyer and they're going to write you a demand letter. Well, you didn't disclose this or that. This business has these liabilities that I didn't know about. This business doesn't have the assets that you listed. This business has debts that you didn't tell me about. I want a rescission. I want my money back. What are you going to do? Oops. Company formation stuff, it's not as easy as it sounds, all right? It's not like you're filing a single form with the state and you think your assets are protected and you got a business, you got a company, you go and open a bank account, you're good to go. It's not like that, all right? You need to have governing documents, and the governing documents they provide you with are off the shelf. They're garbage. They're useless. They need to be customized. All right, so are you thinking that everybody who forms a company through Legalzoom or whatever stupid bullshit service that they use gets the same freaking documents and that's enough, right? And that's perfectly fine. You think that's all right? I don't think so. I do not think so. Not even remotely all right. That's not how it works. You need customized governing documents. You need multiple specific documents. It's not just an operating agreement. That's enough. It's not just company bylaws. There's multiple documents that are involved in entity formation and governance. You need to understand, which you don't unless you have experience in this. Even experienced entrepreneurs, business people that form multiple companies, that have run multiple businesses, are smart enough to hire and spend the money on professional assistance, on counsel. All right, they're not going to use off-the-wall, off-the-shelf bullshit documents, pre-printed. So if you have a contract that fails, what happens? Well, you got to resolve it. All right, you got to resolve the problem. You got to resolve the issue one way or another, whether it's through litigation, mediation, arbitration, don't matter, or amicably with the other party. You just enter into a settlement without any third parties. That's the best way to do it. So that's the one I recommend. And that's generally the method that I use, and that's generally how my disputes are resolved. I know there's a lack of respect for the legal profession these days. A lot of times it's appropriate. There's a lot of shyster lawyers, scumbags, rip-off artists. You see people like Avenatti, and there's plenty of others in every state, so that's fine. But don't let the follies of individuals, the foibles of individual attorneys, the corruption of humans, of beings, of corruptible beings, equate with a lack of experience, all right? Equate with knowledge of legal industry, legal profession, all right? Of the law, okay? Because regardless of corruption, I mean, they could still have competent knowledge of the law and be able to properly advise clients, okay? So even if a person is corrupt, they could still be competent in their trade, okay? So I'm just saying that you need to be extremely careful with attempting your own legal assistance, all right, with doing do-it-yourself legal crap, because if you cheap out by a few $100s, and it's going to cost you far more to fix that same problem that you thought you were getting away from. So I just told you about a number of situations where you're very likely to get into trouble if you don't know what you're doing. And I want to reiterate that I see problems from these do-it-yourself templates all the damn time, and most of the time after my admonishments that this agreement is a big problem, you didn't know what you're doing, and that's why you got into this problem, then they stay as clients, all right, because they understand the value of my experience, of any professional, competent legal counsel's experience and knowledge in a particular sphere. So you need to understand that as well, and don't risk it. This is a gamble. You're gambling, okay? You're gambling with your money, your business, your estate, whatever you're using these template forms with. Prenup, definitely you have to have separate lawyers to have a prenup. There's no question about it. You cannot do a do-it-yourself prenup. A prenup that is done without any lawyers is going to be invalidated, period. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's the law in every single state. Can you see how dead it is? Look, not a single person. Look how dead it is. Freaking dead. They killed the beach. They killed Sunny Isles Beach. Unbelievable. Yeah, I feel I'm pretty comfortable without a mask out here. I'm pretty comfortable around people. I'm very healthy, and it's not something I'm threatened by, this virus panic. So hopefully, I think we're entering phase 1 this week, apparently, whenever you get to see this, whenever I upload this. So in 2 days we're entering phase 1, and hopefully in another week or two we'll be back to normal, I'm assuming. But this mask thing is really bothering me. Masks, extremely unhealthy, extremely bad for your immune system. You're pretty much breathing your own waste products. I mean, it's absolutely asinine, insane, loony to recommend wearing masks for average people. Doctors wear masks to prevent specific contamination. They have sterile hands when they're handling the masks. They change them every few hours, every operation, every time they see a new patient. They change masks. They clean them the fuck out of their hands when they handle the masks. Who does that here? I mean, insane. The virus can get in through your eyes and ears. I mean, give me a break. All right, give me a break. Come on. Masks don't do shit. They only make it worse. It's like a yoke of slavery, obedience to the state. That's my opinion. Beautiful fucking evening down in Sunny Isles. The weather is absolutely perfect. It's magnificent. The breeze. I wish you could be here. Feel this breeze. Nice, cloudy. I guess it may rain soon, later. So I'm gonna go enjoy my evening. I hope I've made my point. Don't risk your livelihood, your future, don't assume that a template can substitute for years of experience, years of schooling that cost tens of thousands of dollars. And don't attempt to be your own counsel, because it's going to catch up with you eventually.